The year 2025 marks the 60th anniversary of Days of Our Lives, and fans are eagerly anticipating what's in store. With Paula Quigley and Jean-Marie Ford stepping in as head writers, there's a sense of optimism for a revitalized Salem. As the beloved series embarks on this milestone, here are some resolutions that could add new layers to the drama and relationships in the upcoming season. Brady Black could finally retire his hero cape. After years of rescuing troubled women, it's time he focuses on finding a relationship built on peace and mutual respect rather than chaos and toxicity. Alex Kyriakis might consider wearing more shirts in 2025. His ever-shirtless appearances last year were entertaining but overdone. A wardrobe refresh could add nuance to his character and give others a chance to shine. Julie Williams might resolve to mind her own business for a change. Her well-intentioned meddling has often caused more harm than good. Perhaps 2025 is the year she lets others solve their own problems without interference. DiMera should aim to stop self-sabotaging. With her intelligence and determination, Kristen has everything it takes to succeed. But her impulsive actions often undermine her happiness. This year could be her chance to think long-term and build the life she desires with Brady and Rachel. Let's dig into the biggest changes for 2025 with two new writers. Days of Our Lives spoilers. A dramatic look ahead to 2025, why Alex Kyriakis needs more shirts and DiMera needs to stop self-sabotaging. For fans of Days of Our Lives, the drama in Salem has always gone beyond the diabolical plots, secret identities, and scandalous affairs. Sometimes, the real intrigue is what's not on screen, namely, shirts. When it comes to certain characters, there seems to be a serious shortage of wardrobe, and no one has epitomized that more in the past year than Alex Kyriakis. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, there's DiMera, whose undeniable brilliance is eclipsed only by her remarkable ability to blow up her own plans. As we roll toward 2025, let's look at the resolutions these two Salemites should make if they want a happier, or at least better dressed, new year. Alex Kyriakis, please buy more shirts. It's impossible to watch Days these days without noticing one glaring question. Did the costume department's budget get cut, or is Robert Scott Wilson simply allergic to fabric? Over the past year, Alex Kyriakis has appeared fully clothed so rarely that most fans can count those scenes on one hand. Whether he's just woken up to answer the door, making breakfast, or jogging around the mansion, Alex always seems to be one move away from ripping off his shirt, and the camera loves capturing every single minute of it. Of course, other Salem men have tried to keep up. We've seen Brady Black flex those pecs in the dim lighting of Victor Kyriakis' living room. Xander Cook practically invented the "no shirt, no problem" attitude years ago. And let's not forget Philip Kyriakis, who recently tried to stake his claim in the shirtless competition. But let's be honest, no one holds a candle to Alex. He's a walking Greek statue, and it's almost like the entire wardrobe department collectively decided, if you've got it, flaunt it. If Alex can make one simple New Year's resolution, it's this. Wear a shirt more often, at least one with sleeves. Not only will it give the other guys a sporting chance at the "most topless scenes" title, but it might also make those moments he actually does lose the shirt all the more special. If half the viewers tune in to see exactly how many seconds will pass before Alex discards his shirt, imagine the suspense if he keeps it on for, say, an entire episode. Meanwhile, if we move over to the world of scheming, manipulative, and occasionally brilliant DiMeras, we find Kristen, arguably one of the most formidable women in Salem. Whether she's running a multinational conglomerate, seeking revenge on her enemies, or trying to outmaneuver her rivals, Kristen has proven time and time again that she's a force of nature. If you put her in a cage fight with a ferocious coyote, the safe bet is still on Kristen. She's that tough. And yet, for all her power and cunning, Kristen has one glaring weakness: herself. Time and time again, she sabotages the very happiness she claims she wants. She'll have victory within her grasp, Brady's tentative affection returning, Rachel's acceptance, the DiMera board's reluctant respect, but a single bout of impatience or a flare of her fiery temper can derail months of careful planning. Anyone who's followed Kristen's journey knows she's capable of getting everything she desires, She's just too quick to throw everything away when one small part of her plan goes sideways. The frustrating part for viewers, and for poor Brady, who seems to have a superhero-level ability to forgive her, lies in watching her inch closer to redemption, only to watch her bulldoze it the second she doesn't get immediate results. Had Kristen been able to focus on the long game, she, Brady, and Rachel could very well be a stable family by now. But stable, and Kristen DiMera, rarely occupy the same conversation for long. So if there's one resolution Kristen could make to turn 2025 into the year of DiMera triumph, it's this: be patient and trust your own brilliance. Channel your obsessive determination into constructive actions that don't end in sabotage. When a minor setback occurs, analyze it, work around it, and keep your eye on the grand prize. That's the secret to ensuring you don't blow up your own happiness again, and the key to finally giving Brady a reason to believe you've changed for the better. If poking your nose into other people's business were an Olympic sport, Julie Williams would be a 500-time gold medalist, and that's not even an exaggeration. By the time the 2024 Paris Olympics roll around, Salem's queen of gossip will likely have a trophy case that would make Simone Biles jealous. When we look back at the history of this small Midwestern town, it's almost comical that Salem ever needed the lady whistleblower gossip column to keep track of everyone's dirty laundry. Let's face it, Julie has been doing exactly that for decades and isn't showing any signs of slowing down. One of the most intriguing things about Julie is her ability to turn the mildest situation into a full-blown soap opera. That quick coffee date between two coworkers? Julie's sure it's a secret rendezvous that's destined to tear families apart. A private phone call at the Brady pub? She'll tell you it's a coded message about money laundering. There isn't a single resident of Salem whose life is off limits to her watchful eye, and more importantly, her uninvited, always vocal opinions. Of course, if you confront Julie on her meddling habits, her immediate rebuttal is that she's doing it all out of love. The excuse is both cunning and disarming. How can you blame a woman who just wants the best for everyone? But take a closer look, and you'll see that this kind of overbearing concern is borderline narcissism. By stepping into everyone's business, Julie doesn't just cause chaos, she ensures that she remains at the center of it. Salem's residents, both longtime and newcomers, have grown accustomed to Julie's constant commentary, occasionally seeing it as a quirky character trait. After all, she's always been there, part of the bedrock of the community. But at some point, enough is enough. No matter how well-intentioned, her meddling often leaves people feeling cornered, misjudged, and, at times, even humiliated. With the year racing toward 2025, isn't it time Julie resolved to dial down the nosiness? A healthy level of concern for friends and family is one thing, but there's a point where help becomes intrusive. Mind your own business might sound harsh, but if anyone in Salem needs that advice, it's Julie Williams. Now, if there's anyone in Salem who gives Julie a run for her money in the never learns from the past department, it's Brady Black. But unlike Julie, who can't resist a juicy secret, Brady can't resist a damsel in distress. If there's a woman within 500 miles who needs rescuing, Brady will sniff her out like a bloodhound tracking down Stephen Olsen's notorious contraband. His fascination with saving the day started years ago with his first true love, Chloe Lane, whom he fell for during her courageous battle with leukemia. The relationship was endearing at the time, teenage love blossoming in the face of illness, but it set a pattern in motion. Brady, for reasons even he might not fully understand, has continued to seek out partners who are in desperate need of saving. Whether it's a manipulative ex-wife, a recovering addict, or a complicated mob princess, Brady is drawn to these perilous pairings like moths to a flame. In just the past year, he's been involved with Teresa Donovan, his scheming ex-wife with a knack for manipulation, Fiona Cook, a recovering alcoholic who leaned on Brady for more than just moral support, a short-lived but intense reconciliation with the ever-controversial Kristen DiMera, and now rumors swirl about a potential romance with Ava Vitali, the ex-daughter of a mafia boss. If you ever needed evidence that Brady prefers complicated love stories, this list is your proof. Albert Einstein famously said, "Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results." Brady may not be building equations on a chalkboard, but his dating life certainly fits Einstein's definition. Time and again, he swoops in with good intentions, only to end up heartbroken, stressed, or even in danger. A hero complex can only take a person so far before it borders on self-sabotage. Perhaps 2025 should be the year Brady commits to hanging up that hero cape for good. No more chasing after troubled souls who need to be fixed, no more draining his emotional reserves on relationships doomed from the start. It's time for him to seek out a stable connection, someone who can be his equal partner rather than a project in need of saving. Stay tuned, Salem fans. If the end of 2024 is any indication, 2025 is bound to be quite the roller coaster. Let's see if Julie and Brady can finally break free from their own personal hamster wheels, or if they'll keep spinning on repeat in classic DOOL fashion.